gotten a business and you're really trying to make this thing work. Now, of course, there are parts of the sales, the marketing, the who you are, but in today's video, we're going over brand development. That means what the brand is, how it speaks, how it's perceived out there in the world, and all these fun things. Now, a lot of people seem to think that brand development is only for large companies. It's only for those multi-million dollar things, I should say, where people really have unlimited funds to do anything and everything with. They think it's only for the Coca-Colas, the Mercedes, the IBMs of the world, where they can spend the time and the resources to develop content, to do photography, do PR, do events, and all these things. Well, brand develop can include those things, but in general, because this is the whole idea of this live stream is to really just go over the basics of brand development and oh, my little icon thing wasn't working. Oops. And to go over how you can develop your brand. I know that's using the name in the definition. So first, let's go over what brand development is. Brand development is the strategy, process, tactics, and everything included in taking your brand from zero to hero. And that sounds a little bit wishy-washy, but thankfully it's a little bit more involved, and there are three stages that we'd want to ever talk about in brand development. Now, this isn't the actual strategies in doing this thing. This isn't the actual tactics, because there's a lot you can do. This is what is brand development in general and kind of understanding where you are and what you want to be doing, because you can be doing different things at different stages. So the three stages in brand development, there is, of course, brand creation, starting the brand, creating the brand, and getting going with it. The best part is creating a brand is ridiculously easy. You pick a name and you run with it. You pick the style, the strategies, the look, the feel, whatever is going to be inside this brand, and you go with it. If it works, great, keep at it and keep growing it. If it doesn't work, ditch it, start a new one. It is literally as easy as, hey, I'm going to start a new brand. I'm going to pick up a title and a name for it. I'm going to stick a label on it if I want to, an icon or a logo, not required, but usually helps. And you go from there. That's as easy as it is to start a brand. From there, once you start a brand and it's kind of got some traction, then you have to grow and nurture this brand. So it's gotten going. It's people are kind of taking a liking to it. There's some things to tweak. Well, that's stage two. You're now growing and scaling this brand. This is the stage where you really start defining your processes, your styles, how you talk, you, the brand, by the way. You talk, how the brand makes people feel, where the brand goes. And you really start to solidify the whole idea around the brand and making it more concrete and really something you can start scaling even more with. Then you finally get to the brand equity stage. That's where you want to get to. Now, before I get to exactly what brand strategy or brand equity is, know that the brand creation, the brand growth, and the brand equity stages, calling them stages, calling them levels, they are interconnected. So just because you're at the brand equity stage doesn't mean you can't be creating more brands. It doesn't mean you can't be redefining the brand, changing it, growing it. You should be doing all those all the time. But once you're at the brand equity stage, that's when you've grown it properly to a point where people are saying, aha, I know this brand, I trust this brand, and I need a web developer. Hey, I'm going to go call Peter because I know he's the guy who can do this. That's brand equity. If you're, if somebody's looking for a florist and says, hey, who can ask for a florist? Well, you can call Bob, you can call Jane, you can call Joanne, you can call John. You can all these, here's a list of 7 people. Well, you're kind of then at the brand growth stage because it's good to be in that hat of, hey, I can pick one of these great recommendations. That's a good place to be in. But a better place is when you have true brand equity and people say, hey, I need a florist. Oh yeah, go see John. He's gonna set you up right away with the exact things you need and fair prices. That's brand equity. If you think and it, like I said, it's you're kind of not flip flopping per se, but you are going to be always going towards both brand growth and brand equity. Because, for example, let's use cars. Cars are a phenomenal example of this. You ask me, hey Peter, what is the best car I can buy? Well, there's a few you can buy that are pretty darn good. I don't know what you're looking for, right? Mercedes is pretty good. Audi is pretty good. Ford, depending what you're looking for. Looking for something from the Asian market, there's Toyota. Toyotas are usually pretty good. You want to go really off-roading, go talk to Jeep, right? So they all have brand equity. They also are growing the brands at the same time, and that's okay, and that's where you need to be. So that's in general what brand development is. You create a brand, you grow and you scale it, and then you have brand equity to the point where people can say, yes, go to that person, go to that company, go to that brand because we trust them. And instead of being pulled out of a hat, which you probably will be in many cases, especially if you're a service provider, you probably will be stuck in that hat level for a long time. And somebody will eventually say, yeah, go to John, go to Joanne, and go talk to them directly. For the most part, you're going to have that brand equity to the point where people trust you, people go to you, they'll still be looking at others, and that's okay. That's how the world is. But the whole idea of brand equity and brand growth is you keep improving things, you keep growing your reputation. That's another way to think about it, reputation. And you keep getting better and better, improving your processes, improving who you are, improving the style, the strategy, and ideas of the brand. And that's it, really. That is brand development. There is no magical secret to any of this. I think brand development in general is those three things: creation, growth, scale, and and equity. So that's brand development. There's a lot of pieces. In the next set of videos, we'll be going, and I'm going to be interviewing Ari, our brand strategist here, for some of the brand growth and creation pieces, specifically talking about the design aspects of them. So we're going to have some fun with that. So stay tuned for that in another video. But yeah, that's the basic parts. You can think of it as a triangle, by the way. At the bottom, you have brand creation. That's all the nitty gritty details. Then you have growth, and then equity at the top where you really want to be. And so that's it in a nutshell. Figure these things out bit by bit. There's stages, ideas, and pieces for each. But in the meantime, at least you have a good idea of where to start. So again, brand equity, just those three pieces: creation, growth and scale, and equity. And start from there. See you next time. Cheers.